Happy Friday. Hello. I wanted I want to take a few minutes to talk about standards. It has been burning in my soul to get this message out, not only just to my team of professionals, but also to anyone who's aspiring to be a part of our program. I really want to make sure that the mission and the standards are clearly understood because I don't know if I've done that enough. And I wanted to make sure that I just set a couple of points. I know it's Friday and it's commute time, and people are probably not going to be able to catch this live, and that's okay. I wanted to just make sure that I did this live before I headed out. So, in the Microloc Mastery program, there are specific standards that we use to create and maintain microlocs, as well as the professional quality of services. We make sure that we do things from start to finish in an organized, structured, and professional manner that um, utilizes techniques and things. I don't even know if I'm live in the proper places. I think I am. Okay. And so, what I've been noticing, which made me say I really want to make sure I get this message out, um, is when I see some of our pros or people who've been trained providing this in a professional capacity, and it's really unclear what their standards are as far as how to start microlocs. And as a professional within the program, I'm very clear about the weight that that carries as being a professional. You are able to have standards, guide people on what's best for them, even turn some people away if you cannot provide the service. And what I don't want to happen is someone carrying the Microloc Mastery certified professional title and creating and maintaining locks and methods that are going to be problematic and not upholding a certain level of standard. I know it's controversial, but I do not start locks in a specific way, never did, for a reason. And I don't want what's become popular in the DIY culture, because it's easy for someone to do on themselves, to become confused with the standard of actually what is actually going to give results on a professional level, where you're taking money and you're providing a certain level of quality of service. So I tried to figure out how I can say what I need to say um, in a way that wasn't gonna be misunderstood. People who are doing their own hair can do whatever they want, and I think that if for instance, if I was a client, I was going to a professional, I would be putting my trust in that the professional will be well versed on the most effective and best methods, and that they will utilize those methods and also have a professional kind of interaction and policies and procedures, etc. And sometimes I've heard a few times people say, "Well, I give what my clients want," or "They're asking for this, so I give it to them." And what I've always responded and said, you can build a very successful and thriving business not doing every single thing that you may not agree with, or may not or hasn't been proven to be something that's done well. I've never had to start in any other method than what I've ever taught. And you can create a successful business. You create a great reputation for yourself when you are clear about it, and people actually respect your judgment. And if they don't, they can just go elsewhere. But the thing is, what was happening even in New York City when I started, was that as big as the city is, it was a small world, because those people came around again for repair, or they would go somewhere and they would go around. And what you didn't want to happen is, you didn't want your reputation to be assigned to a product that wasn't going to give the best results or that didn't look well. So, um, you know, I'm a little calmer now, but I just want to make sure that the pros that I handpick and hand select for more advanced training and for more, that to carry on the reputation of the brand are providing services that are in alignment with what we are doing. If you are going to be trained, we're not just a fly by night training, we are a program designed to give people success in whatever their goal is with the program. It can be from just learning how to do it for themselves and their families. It could be to possibly have a business, and it could be to create a business or add to an existing business. And so, um, regardless, I'm always going to uphold these certain standards. And I'm a little discouraged by, um, again, I know I'm on two different audiences right now. I really primarily wanted to talk to my team, but I felt that this message can go, also to the both groups. But I've seen some things that I felt like did not exemplify what I was teaching, and I wanted to make sure. And I'm going to continue to highlight this in the rebrand of the program. I talk more about the methods that I suggest and what the methods that I don't suggest starting with because of what I've seen in the 13 plus years standing behind the chair, before the DIY trend to starting with two-strand twist and all the other methods, before that, and then through that, and then through um, extension nightmares, where I had to make some YouTube videos about it. I've seen a lot, and they're real people coming to me through consultations, through from all over, and whether it's for extensions or for just regular microlocs or DIYers who thought that it would work. What the goal is to prevent a lot of this problems, because my it's nothing worse than having an experience that's terrible with your hair. And I always felt like my experience was so nice and good that I didn't understand when people would come and say they had a terrible experience, or um that what they thought would give them the results didn't give them results. And so um that's what's behind what's driving this. But also, in an industry that doesn't have much regulation, my intention also was to introduce and uphold a standard that would stay consistent no matter what the trends were on YouTube, no matter what some people decided to do for their own hair, and they have now an audience who maybe doesn't understand that that's not what might work. That's not necessarily what is going to work for them, or what it's just the platforms are bigger for certain people who are doing things on themselves. And so sometimes it can get miscommunicated about whether or not that's good. So a professional should understand that if I'm going to take money from any person, any potential client, in any field that you're in, there should be a standard that you have. And it's not always about people are asking for this, because trends come and go, but it's about what is your standard. Are you strong enough to uphold it? Because what's going to end up happening is you're actually going to have more success, and you're actually going to rise up to a different level of quality, a different level of results. And where you don't have to say, I'm going to start with two-strand twist, I'm going to start like this because they want it, versus, and I'm not going to take money in as a professional doing this, when you can, if you are well versed and skilled and knowledgeable about the results that is going to have. And so I would never charge anyone to train them on how to braid or twist, because you can learn how to braid and twist anywhere. What I'm training you on is a technique that is going to give you strength and results and resilience and long-term results for locks. So I see some people may be new to creating a business with their skills, or kind of want to keep pace with IG or whatever they're seeing. And I kind of been skirting around it and hoping that the message would be heard when I say, have a standard. You don't have to, but it seems like I might have to be more clear, and just voicing my viewpoint about that. So um Yeah, that's my message that I wanted to just say. What is the standard? What does that mean to you for the professionals, especially in the this program that are doing this service? Why it is important for you to have those standards as a professional, guiding and leading and educating people who may or may not fully understand um, that what the results based on what the installation, like, making the connection between what the results will look like a year from now, 2 years from now, 10 years from now. Um, and also, I tell people to be discerning about what they see. Do you have, are there receipts for that particular service that over a year or 2 or 3 down the line, or are you just seeing like brand new fresh installs and seeing that as a guide? Because it only is going to stay brand new for a period of time before it is going to evolve and do what it needs to do. And so I think what has happened is, um, a lot of people either wanted to save money or couldn't find a professional or just didn't maybe understand, and started creating small twists or locks or braids or whatever to then say they can go in and interlock the roots. But that's still is problematic, and I've seen tons of problems with doing two different things. And yeah. So this may be a controversial live, and I may not keep it up, but I definitely want to say I shared this in both groups, but I will specifically reiterate and talk about the standards with the professionals in the program and those who are having the most success, or those who are clear and value just having a stance that is going to give them the best results. And so that is what I have to say. I feel like I'm just talking. Listen, I'm going to talk about this more in different ways. Um, for anyone wants to who wants to hear it, but who values this information, I can't tell you without you fully experiencing the plethora of consultations over the 14, 13 years of professionally providing this service, um, and all the different types of problems, different type of hair types, and the good results I've seen, and worked really hard to innovate on for the brand of Microlocs. So the standard has always been the same, and um, and any pro that I take through all the advanced levels and all the different techniques, I invested a lot of time, energy, and money into, like, the extensions training. I'm looking for a certain type of professional, if you're doing this as a professional service. And um, I'm really, really clear about that. So that's my point for today. Hope you guys have a great Friday. All right, bye.